Pretty good. I don't think I've heard any American get the right one, but it's getting close.
You want to give it to him right now?
Lundkvist.
There we go.
Tongue twister.
All right, whoever wants to.
Sounds like an IKEA thing to me.
That's the closest thing to it.
Whoever wants to start us off, you can go ahead.
After 2 straight wins, what's the locker room like? Any difference compared to, maybe 10 days ago or whatever? Just what's the general feeling in the locker room after 2 straight wins?
I think, obviously a little better. Results will do that to you. Wins will do that. But I think it's in the locker room. We've always been pretty confident in our abilities. I think it's always been, getting over that last hump into getting the 3 points or getting a win to validate our performances. So I think, overall the mood is a little bit better, but it's always been good. We believe in each other, we believe in the group and the training staff, everything we're doing here every day. So I just feel like, a little wind in the sails, I would say.
So you're part of the 2018 Open Cup team that won for Houston. So can you talk about just kind of how that transformed the season, how that helped define things going into 2019?
So for me, that was my first year in MLS and in the States. So for me, it was a new thing. I didn't know what Open Cup was. But then when we started to get through it, I realized how big it was and how big of a tournament it was. And playing those last couple of games when it's, elimination, it's a little edge. I think one of the games we went through on penalties, and it adds the little extra excitement around the game. And I think it's also it's a big tournament, and for us, it's a couple of games where you can be right there to win it. You need a good couple of games to. It's only I think 4 or 5 games you need to be in the final. I think that's a great way to add a trophy to the cabinet. And I think to really push this club in the right direction. I think that's why we take it so seriously. And I think that's what it did back in 2018. We had a pretty, I would say, not a great year in the league, but that cup really gave us some momentum and gave us some confidence. I think this is exactly what can happen.
Yeah, I remember Beasley in the locker room after he was talking about it doesn't save the season, but at the same time he was talking about enjoying it. And I know that Cabrera at the time was also kind of worried about just what CCL would do to pound the schedule. But in that moment, is it validating?
Yeah, it is. For sure. No matter how you put it, you have to be at your best those games. Even if it's only 4 or 5 games you have to win, you have to be perfect. And I think that's what B said at the time as well. It was doesn't matter anything else, what we're doing in the league, whatever. We were perfect in this tournament, and that's what matters, and that's what gave us a trophy, and we got to celebrate. And I think that was something that I took with me from that. Even though nothing can take away a trophy from you, even how you win it, you have to be perfect, and that's the great thing.
I got one now. Give me a second.
Yeah.
The following up on Phil here, but what's the feel when you go from regular season to a tournament game where if you tie Houston on Saturday, it doesn't you're not done, but where you go into an elimination game? Is there a difference in feel from game to game when now you're in an elimination game?
I think so, yeah. It adds a little extra to the game. Especially playing at home, we have a great chance. But also, when it comes down to those last 10, 15 minutes and it's a tie, we know that you got to do everything to get the win because it's all or nothing, really. In the league and whatever, it can be, if a game doesn't go your way, you might settle for a tie or whatever. You can feel that maybe you're not having the best day or whatever. But here, it's more it's all on the line that night. You have to give it everything you can. And you know that, okay, if we can't win it in 90 minutes, it's going to go to extra time, and then it's PK. So, it's just a little extra fire of the eliminations. You're in or you're out. And I think it adds a little extra tension, and that's what's fun about tournament games, I would say.
In the game against San Jose, Coach did something really weird. He subbed you out at halftime. He almost never subs anybody out at halftime. And then since then, you've gotten a ton of minutes. You've been launching rockets from the top of the box. And you created the service that led to the game-winning goals in the last 2 games. What's been going on with you?
No, from that game on, like you say, it was something that the coach did, that Josh did. He explained it to me, so it was fine. It was strictly in the game, needed something else, and I respected his decision. And I think for me, it was just like I've always tried to just play my style, play my game, and I've been trying to adapt since I came here, and I feel like the last couple of weeks here, and like the last month really, I felt like I really settled down, and I feel like I'm more comfortable, and you know, I think the games have been going. I think we also as a team has made some strides. I think that helps the individual also. But like you say, one of those, I hope to hit one of those shots from the outside of the box. Like I feel like I have one that's it's gonna bounce the right way.
I mean, one of them was in if it wasn't for a spectacular save.
I know. I'm still thinking about that one before I go to sleep. But no, like I said, you know, subs and stuff like that is nothing I think about. I just try to play my game, take every game at a time, and I think we also do that as a team. The coach and staff always keeps telling us the next game is the most important, so that's what you can do. You do what you can on the day, and then whatever happens. You have to focus on the next game and try to contribute and have the team, and that's really what I try to do.
Adam, what do you think of the group tifo before last match? If you had to connect with one Marvel superhero, which one would you say you are?
I love this question. I'm a huge Marvel fan, so when I saw that, it was fun story. My stepdad is a huge Guardian of the Galaxy fan, so when he saw that, he sent me like pictures of it. He's insane. So no, I would say a funny thing is that my wife's last name is Thor, so I would definitely say Thor, and also to give myself a little, you know, if I can look like him, then yeah, sure. That's the ultimate goal for every man, right? Look like a god. So I would say Thor for sure.
Did you have to explain to your stepdad what the blue things were that were growing on Groot?
Yeah, I didn't get that. Like, what was that?
Those are bluebonnets, the state flower of Texas.
Ah, okay, because that I didn't know. Like, that was too, because he said something about
Happy
that.
to help.
It was blue instead of green, but it was sick. And also, I mean, the tifos have been amazing throughout the season, and the fans. I can't say enough about how amazing they are and how loud the stadium is. Last game when we celebrated the goal, I think I screamed so much I almost got dizzy. Like when we celebrated that goal, there's a picture of me like screaming, and I remember after I was done, I was like lightheaded, and I was thinking I just saw people screaming everywhere. It was amazing.
Yeah, running as much as you do plus screaming can have side effects.
I don't recommend it.
So that said, hearing what you have heard about this organization on the outside last year, has it been everything you thought it would be on the inside? Not just the fan base, obviously you can see that, but the tangible stuff on the inside, is it everything you thought it would be?
Yeah, and I would say even better than I anticipated. Like, I think coming here, I knew this is an organization with a long-term plan. You know, it's a growing process, and I wanted to be part of something that was more. I've been part of an organization that was pretty much, you know, short-term all the time. It was, you know, coaches going in and out and all that stuff. And I just came to an organization that I felt with a calm around it, you know, a sense of security, and I love that, and I think that's how you create winning cultures, and I think that's been the most impressive thing when I came here. And how everyone, you know, we're all under the same roof, we all know each other by name. I love that it's like even though it's a huge organization, it feels like a family thing, and I think that's, for me, I thrive in those environments, and I think that's been the most impressive part by coming here. But then, like you say, the facilities, I knew about it, I've been here, but also blew my mind first day I came here. It's just a great place to develop as a football player and as a person.
Anything else? That's a great note to end on.